Hello, 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 my beautiful friends. It is another Saturday Strategy with Coach Kels, and today is 314. It's pie. So, well, and I'm about to get some pie after I get off this video. But thank you all for joining me and liking and sharing and doing things to help us to be great and keep on this coaching thing. So today, what I wanted to talk about is something that has really been in my face every single day this week. Every single day, in one way, shape, or form, it has been in my face, and that thing is creating and sticking to habits. Right. So I just want to kind of dig into five ways that we can either create or stick to new habits that will serve us, right? So much of our life, like from day to day, so much of our life is on default, right? And these things are habits, right? But they're on default. And are they serving us? Are the things that we do from day to day serving us in a positive way, right? And so if they're not, and you want to create a new habit and you come up with that thing that you want to do differently, how do you stick to it? So one way that I think you can stick to it is to practice it. You have to practice it and practice it with love and with self-compassion, right? So what I mean by that is if you are trying this new habit and you slip, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up about it, because what's the point in that? So with self-love and self-compassion, practice that thing. If you slip up, figure out, get curious with yourself, like why you slipped up, like what happened to help you slip up, right? But don't beat yourself up about it, because that's not serving you in any way. To beat yourself up because you tried something new and you didn't have the greatest success the first time. So what? Have some self-compassion, have some self-love, and figure it out, and then try it again, and then keep trying it again. And if you keep slipping up, keep getting curious about why you're slipping up, and keep practicing that new habit with love and compassion, right? With some self-love and some self-compassion. Okay. So, and another thing that you can do to make a new habit stick is to figure out how to make that new habit easier. Okay. And so what I mean by that is, okay, for instance, for me, my habit that I'm on and off sometimes is working out, right? And so how can I make my habit, when I get into the habit of working out regularly, how can I make that thing stick? How can I make it easier? And what I can do to make it easier is to prepare, right? Prepare the night before, prepare, the morning of, whatever, but be prepared so that I'm not making an excuse not to work out, right? So to have my bag packed, to have my shoes ready, to have my workout clothes there, to have my drinky drink I call before that I use at the gym, having that stuff in the freezer and ready to go can make it easier to stick to the habit of working out, right? If I don't have the shoes there, if I'm looking for my headphones, if I'm looking for my sports bra, if I'm looking for this, that, and the other thing, I can come up with every single excuse in the book not to go work out. I'm like, I don't have it. I ain't ready. It ain't there. So what I need to do instead is to have the things ready to go. I jump into it. I get up out of the bed, wash up, go, get the stuff that's ready, and go to the gym or go to the bridge or go, do whatever I have to do to stay on that new habit, right? And another thing that we can do, in addition to making the new habit, the things that we do to make the habit easier, we can put these structures in place. So we call them in coaching structures. We can put these things in place, but we can also make the old habit harder, right? So for me, I get on social media, but I don't feel like social media is something that takes up a whole lot of my time, right? So if you're a person who feels like social media takes up a whole bunch of your time and you want to change that habit, this is just a for instance, you want to change that habit, get rid of those apps on your phone. Make it harder for yourself to access these things that are taking up your time, that you want to change this habit and not spend so much time on social media. Get rid of the apps. Right? And then if you have it on your computer or whatever, that's the only time that you can, check those things, then just keep it on your computer. Get it off your phone so every 5 minutes you're not on social media. And I'm not saying nothing's wrong with social media. Social media is cool. It's good for things. But if you feel like it's taking up too much of your time, you have to change that habit. And how can you make that habit harder to do? You can make that habit harder by removing the apps from your phone. So these are just, ways, ideas to make things easier and ways to make them harder. You want to make the new habit an easier thing to do, make the old habit a harder thing to do, right? Okay, and so another thing that we can do in trying to stick to a new habit is to make the new habit very attractive and to make the old habit very unattractive, right? So I'll go back to my habit of working out and, think about how can I make that habit attractive? How can I make the habit of working out attractive versus not working out? Not working out, I'm sitting on the couch, not working out. Usually, and it's so weird, when I don't work out, I have pain, right? Which is crazy. And it's like when I do work out, I don't have the pains that it's crazy. You would think that working out would make me, sore and this and that. And I mean, it does make me sore to start, but it makes me not as sore when I work out. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so, what would be attractive about working out to me is that it would increase my flexibility, my mobility. It reduces my pain. And I think about those things like, if I get up and work out, I'm going to be making these muscles and joints and this and that stronger and, getting use out of them, right? Where the unattractive thing to me would be, I'm aching, I'm in pain, I am losing my mobility, I'm losing my flexibility. It hurts to do this and it hurts to do that. That's not a very attractive thought for me. An attractive thought for me is, maintaining mobility and being flexible and being active. And I want to do those things. And so knowing that working out for me makes me feel those things in my body, that makes working out for me very attractive, right? So the unattractive part is I don't want to lose my mobility. I want to be mobile. I want to be flexible. I want to be strong in my body. Not having, not being able to be those things is unattractive to me. So if I, rely on the things that make the habit attractive to me, I'm more apt to do those things versus the opposite, right? So just another way to stick to a habit is make the new habit, the new thing that you want to do, find a way to make that thing feel attractive to you. And the bad habit that you are, or not, I won't say bad, but the habit that you are trying to change, make that the unattractive habit, right? The unattractive thing that you no longer want to stick to. You don't want to do that anymore. So the next thing is you can focus on the tiny wins of the new habit, right? So, the new habit could have a really big goal at the end. Right. And so, but that goal is not going to happen right away as soon as you start the new habit. Right. So if you focus on the small wins of the new goal, you sort of build momentum. Right. And so when I'm coaching, we talk about the wins of the previous week, we build momentum. Right. So if that person says, okay, well, next week I want to do this thing. Right. And then the following week, we go back and we visit that, like, how did your week go? How did that go with that thing you wanted to do? Right. And when they accomplish those things and those small wins, it builds momentum to get to the next thing, to do the next thing, to get to the bigger goal. Right. So if you focus on those small wins of the new habit that you are, embarking upon, you can build momentum off that, but just, not expecting the big habit change to happen just like that, because it usually doesn't. But you have to focus on the small little things, itsy weetsy spider little things that are getting you to that bigger goal and to that new habit, and making that new habit a habit, like a default habit that is serving you. So focus on some small wins, and build momentum off of that thing. Okay. All right. And finally, The last thing that we can focus on is identifying as the person who has already accomplished that habit, who already has that habit as a habit, right? So for me, if I focus on being the person who has, fallen off her workout again, if I keep thinking that, if I keep, I'm the person that falls off, I'm the person that falls off, I'm the person that falls off, then my brain is going to work to help me fall off, right? I want to focus on, I'm the person who gets up every day and goes to work out. I'm the person who gets up every day and, prepares these meals the way that I need to. I'm the person that gets up every day and, has my bag, my gym bag packed and ready to go. Right? I'm not going to focus on I'm the person that stays in the bed and I ain't getting up, because my mind will be like, you're not that person. You're not the person to get up to go to the gym. So just lay here. Right? I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on my new habit that I am, that I've created and I want to stick to. So I want to focus on my identity, identify as that person that gets up and does these things, right? So what is the new habit that you want to do? What is the new habit that you want to do? So identify as the person who's already accomplished that thing and has that thing as their as their habit, right? Because then your brain is helping you get to that place. So it's like that saying, whether you believe you can't or you can or you can't, you're absolutely right. Because your mind is gonna show you ways to get to whatever it is you're focusing on. So if you're focusing on that thing that I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, then your mind is going to show you you can't do it. But if you're focusing on I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, then your mind is going to help you find ways to get those things done. Right? So, okay, I think that's it. That might be 5. But just to recap, some of the things that we can do to make our habits, our new habits, kind of stick and really, really become those habits that serve us. It's practice the habit with love and self-compassion. You can focus on the daily tiny wins to get to the bigger goal of the new habit. You can focus on identifying as a person who has already accomplished that thing and then figuring out ways to make that thing happen. You can make the new habit easier. Figure out the ways, the structures you need to put in place to make the new habit easier. And finally, you can make the new habit more attractive and the old habit less attractive to help you stick to the thing, the new habit that you want to create for yourself. So that is it. It's a little bit later on today, but it's still Saturday. So it has been another Saturday strategy on Pi Day. So again, thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next Saturday. Y'all have a blessed week and get into your new habits. All right, holla.